Well, hi, hello for the second time, and at least this time, I hope you can actually hear me. I'm so sorry about the last bit. It just went completely wrong, and I thought, well, because this is the first one, I'd like to get it right for the recording that's going on YouTube. So, to be honest with you, I thought I'd just start again and say, damn it. Okay, I don't mind saying damn it occasionally. Stuff happens. And I also suddenly discovered, of course, that I missed one of the captions, and I'll put that back up as well. Oh no, I see. Okay, and get rid of that and put that up. And there we go. Systems have a life of their own, and at times I have trouble getting them right. But it's one of those things. What can you do? Okay, that's going to happen occasionally, and I hope it doesn't happen too often. Anyway, my name's Chris. This is the Old Geezer's Diary. Don't know what the gentleman who got in touch with me was, what his first name was, because there you go, we'll see. Ah, good. So that's M. Lucas. Hello, M. Lucas. What's your first name, mate? Because I always find it a bit. I love to be called Chris. People who call me Mister get a funny reply from me, but there you go. So let's get a shot of that and say, what is? Yeah, it's all working now. Thank God for that. I'm so pleased. But this is part of the fun of doing live video as a one-man band. I have to tell you, I've done live video as a one-man band. I've had a lot more fun and entertainment not doing it as part of a team. But the reality is that it's all good fun, and it's a learning curve. I haven't done live on a presentation system like this for ages and ages, to be honest with you. And the fact of the matter is that you forget how painful it is to do sometimes. And there you go. Anyway, what am I talking about today? Today, I want to introduce you to a kind of somewhat, I hope, revitalized Old Geezer's Diary. I've had the Old Geezer's Diary doing odds and ends for years. And one of the things that happens in my little life is I like to be busy. And when I get stuff that makes me busy and makes me do stuff, I kind of forget some of the things I want to do. And one of the things I have always wanted to do is to actually get a decent channel going for older people on the internet in video so that we can tell people stories, we can give people information, we can help people in some ways, but above all, I think really help to present older people as sensible, worthwhile people, because I believe in our current civilization, I'm not sure if I'd call it that, in our current society, what I think happens is that older people quite often drop to the bottom of the heap. So our needs don't get addressed as much as other people at different positions in the heap. It's one of those things, I think, and I think we have to kind of acknowledge it and say, yeah, that happens. But one of the things that we shouldn't do is let it happen all the time without making a squeak. So what I'm going to start doing, I hope, on the Old Geezer's Diary, is to do a squeak occasionally. And that's one of the reasons why I've started a second channel called Old Geezer's Opinions, where I'm going to express my opinion on something. And I'm hoping to persuade you to join me. I'm hoping to persuade you to join me all the way down the line, doing different stuff on this channel. Where's it going to go? I don't know. We're going to start off by doing a number of topics. It's going to run on a Sunday in this program format, but we'll do a few little stories and bits and pieces, I hope, during the week. We're going to look at housing, because housing, I think, is a real problem for the older generation. There are kind of pressures on housing that we don't understand, and that I don't think the government or the builders really understand, and that's specific to older people. For a lot of older people, they go to places like McCarthy and Stone, or they go to places that are developed separately locally. So, for instance, where I lived in Felixstowe, we had a flat, my partner's flat, not mine, and that was leasehold. And we had a service provider, who's one of the big companies, who kept putting the service charges up, and the service charges and the other costs are now as much as I pay to rent this flat. So in fact, I gained no benefit from being in a leasehold property, and the level of service in that leasehold property was, I think, fairly dire. So I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about what I get here in my little rental property. You're in my living room right now, and see how that works for people. And if you've had experience in any kind of housing situation, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what the problems are or what the good bits are. Let's go both ways. If you want to remain anonymous, you're welcome to do so. Drop me a line on YouTube or Facebook, but I'll use your information if I may, but I won't quote your name unless you agree that your name can be quoted. Okay. Take another topic. I want to talk about the triple lock, because the triple lock really has, it's kind of saved a lot of us to a degree, I think, certainly me, because it means at least my pension goes up a little bit every year, and yours does as well, and I hope that works for you. There are bits like, let's see, life experiences. I really want to talk about that, because some people have some very strange life experiences and family matters, because we see so many older people who are almost cut off from their families, and that's something I'd like to address in some way. And the other bits and pieces will come along in due course. I want to talk about the things we can do for pleasure, the things we can do for fun, and stuff like that as well. I'm going to keep doing the kind of general stuff I do in the Old Geezer's Diary, like my seaside walks and stuff like that. I'm going to talk about life as it affects me, and hopefully get some of those experiences from your good selves as well. If you want to tell me stuff, I'd love to hear from you. Everybody has got a mobile phone. If you want to record a piece, you can do it just as a voice if you don't want to be seen, or you can do it in video if you feel brave enough, and we'll play it on here. What I'm hoping to do is build up a decent audience who have an interest in our kind of generation, I mean people of our age, and we can probably provide, I think, a little bit more entertainment and interest in your life. Okay, well, I hope that summed up what I want to do. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself just so that you know where I'm coming from. I'm 80 years this year. My God, 80 years, I can't believe it. So I'm 80 years old this year. And this year, this January, I lost my partner, as I said. I have lost a partner before. My first wife, poor girl, she died when she was 29 and I was 32. So I've had a funny old life at times, but I've done a lot of other stuff. I actually quit my decent job when I was 53 and went sailing for a year because I had a heart attack when I was 51. And that was the best thing I ever did, because I got to make a series of TV shows called The Caravan Channel, which went out on one of the Sky channels. I've also written a lot as kind of a freelance journalist, but not hugely successfully. But I've done a lot of stuff that's really interested me. And I think that's the reality of life, to do stuff that you can, that interests you. And I'm going to share some of that as well as we go along. Okay, I think I've kind of run down. The program next week will be, I hope, much the same. It'll have more content, and I'm planning to do a couple of decent little news stories inside the Old Geezer's Diary live, and maybe we'll talk to some people as well and see how things go. Get in touch with me anytime if there's anything you want to see, anything you think we ought to cover, and to kind of spread the word about the channel and see whether we can get more people watching and more people understanding what life is like for retired people. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know. Let me know if you think this has been worth watching. It may have been, I don't know, but I'll press a button and see what's next. Okay, I'm Chris, this is the Old Geezer's Diary, and I will see you soon.